Hello and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to cover conditional statements in Python, right? So the first one that we're going to cover is the if else, elif statement. So as you are aware, right, the Python supports usual logical conditions, right? Equals, not equals, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, right? These conditions can be used in different ways, right? In case of like if statement, what we are talking about. The if statement is generally written by the if keyword, right? So if the condition and the expression. So this is how the if condition, if statement has a syntax correctly, right? So let's talk about if statement with an example. So let me take a variable number is equal to 15, 20. If number is greater than 0, then print number is positive, something like that, right? So if you can see, right, when I entered the if statement here with a condition, you see there has been a space right here which came automatically with the studio code. So in Python's world it is called as indentation. So what generally happens is when this if condition will execute, it executes this block of code, right? So if I have to break this block of code, or I don't want if condition to execute, I can write something about this, like last line without if block, right? So let's execute this, right? So the if statement here, it evaluates a condition. So generally what it is doing, it is an expression that results either in a true or false, right? If the condition is true, the code block inside the if statement is executed. This one what we are talking about. If it is false, the code block will be skipped. So this line will not go and it will go. Let's say I do it negative and I rerun it. So if you see, it just skipped that particular block of code from here to here, just executed the last block of code, right? So this is how if condition generally works. So you can play around with it, create a lot of conditions how you want to think of something. Think of like think of a voting system, right? See, if an age is uh, below 18, you cannot vote. If the age is above 18, you can vote. Then right now we will use the else keyword. So else keyword is nothing but it catches which is not caught by the existing like the preceding conditions, right? That it is executed when the if condition evaluates to false, right? So let's take an example about this one, right? So we are, let me comment this one. So we will talk here with if and else. So I'm taking two numbers, a is equal to 300, b is equal to 33, something like that. Now if b is greater than a, I want print b is greater than a, right? else I want print what it will do, b is not greater than a, sorry, right? So this creates a simple two-way choice. If the condition is true, execute one block, else execute the else block, right? So let's try it. B is not greater than A. So here A is 300, B is 33. So 33 is greater than 300? No. So this condition, like this block, did not execute. This case of else executed here, right? This block executed. And you should always note that if in case of if else condition, right? Else condition will always come at the last. You cannot have like an elif after else and things like that, right? Now talking about the other keyword, that is elif. So the elif keyword in Python is nothing but it says that if the previous conditions were not true, then try this particular condition. So in case of checking like multiple expressions for true, it executes a block of code, and as soon as one of those condition evaluates to true. So what I'm trying to say here is, let's say I am making this same thing here as 300. If b is greater than a, and instead of else I am doing elif a equals to b, right? Now this will be both are equal, right? So now what will happen when we execute this code? 300, let me show. So in this example, a is equal to b, right? So the first condition is not true here, right? But the elif condition is true here. So we print to the screen that both are equal. Let's take another example where we will try let's say multiple elif statements just for the, let's take a scorecard system, right? So let's say we say marks is equal to 80, then if score is greater than or equal to 90, then that print if marks, then print this is whatever distinction a, right? L if score or marks is greater than or equal to, let's say, 80, then print first class with distinction, something like that, right? Just keeping a grade B, etc. Then we can also add another elif marks is greater than equal to 70, print past, whatever, right? And now I'm just breaking that code. Print end of block. So here marks is 80. So if it is 80, then first class with distinction, end of block. Right. So this is how Elif statement works together, right? So we have covered if condition, else condition, if else condition, if else Elif condition as well, right? So this is what the entire block of execution works when we are talking about if else and elif, right? So based on different things you can bring or create a logic, see how things work. So you can try about an vote system that I mentioned. You can see about a temperature classifier, like if the temperature is something, turn on the AC, turn off the AC, something like that. You can also see if uh, you have a valid condition, right? If you have a valid, if money is greater than 100, you can order a pizza. If money is less than 100, you can't order a pizza, like things like that. I just see what relates to you, and if you have any questions, let me know. I will see you in the next one.